Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Off the Dirt with Allie and Joe. This is episode 19, titled The Doctor. This is a production of the American All-Star Series. I'm joined tonight, as always, with my co-host, the CEO of the American All-Star Series, Joe Rush. Joe, how are you doing tonight?
I'm great, Allie. A little tired, but otherwise great. How are you tonight?
I'm pretty good. As well tired. It's going to be a busy summer, and hopefully the rain will hang off here soon. Maybe the May showers will kick off.
Yeah, well, it used to be April showers, and now it's definitely May showers. But we have made a schedule update, so extra before we even get into talking about our website and all the stuff we always talk about to open the show. This Friday, May 20th, will now be the third annual Bluegrass Burner. Out of consideration for drivers, fans, cost of fuel, it's supposed to be sunny and 90 on Friday. So with a chance of rain on Saturday, we made the call early. So schedule change is in effect Friday, May 20th, third annual Bluegrass Burner.
Yep, it's definitely going to be a great weekend, especially now we don't have to worry about the rain. But as always, remember, we're streaming live here on all of our social media accounts, my personal one, as well as Joe's personal Facebook page, the series Facebook page, as well as the podcast Facebook page, and YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. And then we also have a Instagram and TikTok, so go follow those or like those if you will.
Yeah, absolutely. Check us out, crateracing.com. Get your rules, get all the info there as well. Good to have a couple guests with us already tonight. Kobe Gallion. I hope that we can convince him to come down from Willard since we're not running on the same night as his home track this week. Also, good friend Gary, Chris Cottle. We made good friends with him at Lake Cumberland earlier this season when we were there about a month ago now. So I'm just ready to go racing again, Allie. It's been so long. I tried to race local this past weekend at Beckley, and I got rained out there too. So I can't get any racing in, Allie, and I need some. So Friday looks absolutely gorgeous. I cannot wait.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a fun weekend for the third annual Bluegrass Burner. But also, don't forget all of your Lansdowne Design merch from Off the Dirt. Hello, Philip.
That's our sponsor, Renegade Race Fuels. Good to have Philip with us.
Cool.
Sorry.
Lansdowne Designs for all the cool Off the Dirt merch. They can do you a polo. These are embroidered. And then I don't have Lansdowne on this shirt like I always do, but Lansdowne Designs, you can get a hat and anything you want, they can make it.
Yeah, absolutely. Beckley just got some really awesome merch. He got some of those, the royal blue hats that we had for Off the Dirt show. So, glad to support our good friend, Jamie Wilson. Send him some business from here in my area as well. Does such a great job. And guess what? He's shipping out some brand new American All-Star Series hats tomorrow. I'm hoping they'll be here by Friday.
Yeah, they're going to be super sweet. So make sure you hit us up or Lansdowne Designs up for any of your merch needs. But back for segment one this week by Firefly Token. So Firefly is a unique high burn token that rewards long-term holders with a team of dedicated developers and an engaged community. It's also a token you can feel good about investing in. Each transfer or sale incurs a 15% burn rate, 5% of which goes directly to charitable causes. For us at Firefly, the primary cause we support is the conservation of fireflies. The global population is approaching extinction, and with your support, we hope to reverse that trend. Joe, how's the token doing?
Token's doing great. Just working on some more marketing stuff. They always are working on marketing over there at Firefly Token. Kenny and his team of developers do a great job at Firefly Token. Keep growing the token. It keeps getting better each and every week. So get involved while it's cheap, and let's fly to the moon.
Yeah. Hashtag save the Fireflies. I don't think Ricky's here, or he'd have left that comment for us to put on our stream.
I'm sure it'll be here before it's all said and done tonight.
Yeah, hashtag save the Fireflies. But, Firefly Token is doing really well. It's about to take off just like Racetrack Connection's about to.
Yeah, Racetrack Connection. I'm so excited for Racetrack Connection. This app for the racers and fans, Sherman Callan has developed this, doing a great job. And I cannot wait to watch this grow. We'll get the guys at ISOM signed up. I've told this story before, and it's a great time to talk about it while we're talking about Racetrack Connection because you have to have cell service. So the first time I went to Mountain Motorsports Park, they didn't have a loop or anything. So I said, got to have a loop in place. So we went and ran the coax cable. I think they'd already purchased a loop and run it underground. So Jesse Raines and I go over there, old Puddin'. We go over there, and we we don't have service the whole time we're there. So Jesse's been texting both of us the whole night. My Jesse Rush, has been texting us the whole evening, wondering if we're alive or not because, we're in the middle of nowhere in Isom. Well, guess what? The next time we go back, perfect service. And it was just 2 days later, and we had perfect service. So she still doesn't believe it. So, but with that being said, you will be able to use Racetrack Connection at Mountain Motorsports Park. So definitely can't wait to get the folks signed up there.
Yeah. Sherman is awesome with this app. He's been working really, really hard to get all kinds of racetrack signed up for Racetrack Connection and all kinds of drivers. So don't get mad at old Allie when she comes picking around at you in your pits to sign up for Racetrack Connection.
That's exactly right. So we got Roy Francis here with us. Says that he can't wait for Friday. Must be one of our loyal. We've got some very loyal fans over there at Mountain Motorsports Park. So can't wait to get there. Our buddy Trevor Thompson, he's going to work for us at some point this season, but things keep hitting until he can't work it out to go with us. So I think the plan was originally for him to come this weekend, and now we're moving to Friday, and he has to work. So.
No.
Been missing our buddy Stephen Padula. He's only missed one race. He used his hardship points that night. So, things might work out and he'll be back with us and not be too far down in the points with the way the weather's been.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll be able to see everybody here soon at the racetrack. This season's definitely going to be tough, but it's going to be exciting when everybody can get together.
That's exactly right. And we love having Stephen race with us. I can't wait to see him more and more on the tour. I know he's getting his crate car dialed in. He's been modified driver for a very, very long time and very talented and has been fast every time he's hit the track with us, just not had the results he was looking for. So
exactly.
Can't wait to have Stephen back on the road with us and back on the tour. Looking forward to that. He had a great run this past weekend at Charlotte, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Did.
So
I was there. It was really cool to see him run really well at Charlotte.
Hopefully we can get him back with us before long. So been missing you, Stephen. Hope to see you soon. So Allie, like I said, rain. And it's kind of killed our content for the show lately because we've not had much going on to talk about. But we can discuss a little bit of, I don't have the weekly points updated yet. I just got my results early this morning from Willard. But I can say that Kyle Hardy, Natural Bridge did get their weekly race in. Kyle Hardy won down there. He's not a member, so he's not competing for weekly points, of course. That's right, Robert. All rain. That's all we've seen. Beckley attempted. We had cars signed in, and the rain came. We got some hot laps in. Crates got the hot lap. So got to watch the Crates hot lap a little bit. But no racing happened there on that weekly show. The weekly show at Crossville was rained out this past week. Volunteer Speedway is a weekly track again. They're not kicking back off until Friday, May 27th. I can't remember if I'd announced that on the show yet or not, that Volunteer is back.
Yeah, you did.
My mind has been lately. But glad to have Volunteer back with us. Working to try to maybe squeeze a date in there. I'd like to visit your home track, Allie. And Dalton and I have been talking and discussing and trying to find a date that will be good for both of us. So, picked up that rain date for Wartburg is July 23rd. So might try to sneak in there on that Friday beforehand. We'll see how that works out. So
it's on that East Tennessee, and it's gonna be awesome to return to my home track and the shortest drive I'll have all year.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that we can work that out. Like I said, been talking to Dalton. Really, really excited to see. I know he's wanted to promote a track and he's getting a chance to. Vic's helping him out there, and congratulations to him on that. And I hope it goes really well for him, and I hope that we can see him very soon. So Trevor would also like to get to Volunteer. That would be a cool deal to have Red Clay and All Stars together. We don't get to do that enough, Trevor. I'd love to run together at some point. So would love to see that as well. But I hope that we can get there. A lot of our racers are from the Volunteer area. A lot of them call it their home track. So I would love to get there. So we'll talk about that a little later when we're talking about the burner and moving the date and what's going on with some of our racers to make it happen this weekend. But anyways, Volunteer will be running weekly races soon. Smoky Mountain, I don't want to overshadow and forget that just next weekend, we're back on the road again with a doubleheader at Smoky Mountain Speedway and With Raceway.
Yep. And that's the one that drivers that I've talked to, they're looking forward to those big tracks and those big weekends. So I would assume we're going to have a crap ton of cars at Smoky and a lot that come with us too.
I agree. Trevor Thompson says we got 2 this year. It's going to be a good time. I love getting to hang out with Trevor, and you know, he's just absolutely one of my favorite people that we work with in the sport. So he'll work for us some this season as well. We're still in season infancy. We've only got 3 races out of 26 in, so we've not really even scratched the surface of this season yet. Michael Boggs will see us Friday night at Isom. I love getting to see Michael and hang out with Michael. He's a good friend as well. Talk to your track. Yep, that's all I can say, Alan. We can't, sometimes just us talking to these tracks and speedways trying to get in is not enough. Sometimes, need to hear from the people that are there in their backyard coming out and supporting these events to make stuff like that happen. So help us out.
That's one track that everybody wants us to go to.
Yes.
We can't,
and it's close for me. So, that's a 2-hour drive for me. That's close for most of our races, but that's not a bad little drive at all. Do have to deal with Fancy Gap Mountain, but I would be willing to deal with Fancy Gap to get a race there. So, but I'd love to have a race there. So, as we were talking about weekly tracks and what happened this weekend, like I said, Natural Bridge did get it in. Kyle Harding won. He's not a weekly member. I-77 still trying not run any crate stuff yet this year. They are under our rules when they run crate stuff. Smoky Mountain's not run recently. They've been off. Everybody's been off. I know that Smoky has been off since like April 23rd or something. So I'm sure they're ready to get back to racing with us next weekend at Smoky Mountain as well. But the one track that did get to run a full race and had a great field of cars, Allie, is our friends there at Willard Speedway. They seem to have the best luck when it comes to weather of anybody. They've been bit a couple times this year too, but they did get the race in, and guess who won, Allie? You'll never believe it. Hicks. That's right, AJ Hicks. So I feel like when I update the points, he might jump Hayden this week. Hayden was actually planning to go to Isom this past Friday night and support them, and they'd even talked about coming to Beckley on Saturday. They're really trying for this weekly deal. But, AJ took the win there at Willard. I'm thinking this will probably propel him to the points lead. Shannon Thornsberry, seems like he's chased him all year long, a great super late model competitor from Eastern Kentucky that has come down to the ranks of the crate racing. I think Shannon still has his super too, but he finished second. He's also a member this year. Jason George took the 3rd place finish. Jason has improved a lot. He's getting a whole lot better. He's one that I really enjoy watching and getting to see. Garrett McLeod is a weekly competitor that finished 4th, weekly member. Kobe Gallion, he made the dash when we were there last September. Is that right, Allie? Mm-hmm. You weren't with us that weekend, but I think he made the dash that weekend.
I looked it up.
Okay, so Kobe's also a weekly member. Bryson Lawson took 6th. 7th went to Harlan Ferguson, and Jack Gerald took 8th. I believe they had 2 DNSs. I cannot, off the top of my head, I can probably look it up real quick. Remember who that was that AJ said? Oh, Kel Boggs and Brian Sammons did not make the start. So Kel Boggs, I think, is the nephew of the legendary Jackie Boggs. I may be wrong on that too. I may be speaking out of turn, but I believe so. There's Trevor. Trevor and them had a race this past weekend at I-75. They Hayden set the fast time there with him and had led a few laps. So, Hayden is making big waves this year, Allie.
He really is. Especially in the crate world. I mean, he never stepped in a crate until he raced with Rusty's team. I think it was at 411 when he just got a new car owner, and it's awesome to see how well he's been doing in a crate so far.
Yeah, that team has really gelled, Allie. They have done a really good job of working together this year, becoming the team that they are and put together very quickly. So, you know, they're going to be tough to beat this year, though we've got some really good drivers that are running the tour to go against them, like the Seises and Logan Walls, Jason Welshin, who is coming to Welshin's never been to Ison with us, and he'll be there this weekend. So
that's awesome.
Really excited about that as well. Bailey Cardwell says he'll be in the house with us next weekend. Bailey, come on up to Ison on Friday and try it out.
There's a race this weekend.
Yeah, that's right. So Bailey, come on up this weekend and give it a try. But you know, Allie, we're about to bring our guest in here for the second segment tonight. I hope he is working. He has a pretty important job, and we'll talk about that when we come back. What do you say?
Yep, sounds good. Well, none of this would be possible without our title sponsor, PPM Racing Products, and the official fuel of the American All-Star Series, Renegade Racing Fuel.
When you start with the strongest American steel, apply the smartest techniques. Let artesian quality craftsmen do the work. What you end up with is just built better than anything else you can get.
Racers that win, pour it in, and we appreciate you.
Welcome back to Off the Dirt with Allie and Joe, presented by M&M Safety Services. Let's talk about Racetrack Connection.
Yes, Racetrack Connection is a great app for racers and fans. It's got options for people to look for sponsors, to put their resume in, put their schedule in, to sell stuff even. All available on Racetrack Connection. I know Sherman has said the app is growing and growing, and I look forward to helping him grow it this weekend at Mountain Motorsports Park for the 3rd Annual Bluegrass Burner.
Bluegrass Burner this weekend. Racetrack Connection is the social media for all of racing. Any kind of racing you can think about. He has a crap ton of tracks signed up for this Racetrack Connection. So now we just need more drivers. So if you're a driver watching this, download Racetrack Connection driver and just build your profile. It's not that big, that much time that goes into it. It's just something simple for you to promote yourself to fans, sponsors, and anybody else you want to.
That's right, racers. They're Racetrack Connection is a huge supporter of the series. So help us, help you by joining as a driver. Download the driver profile on Racetrack Connection. Get signed up. Put your schedule in. Let people know where you're going. And for the fans, there is a chat feature. Actually, the racers and fans can all chat on that between each other. And it's a really great deal there. So really excited about that. There is our car owner, leading points car owner, Rusty Webb, here with us tonight. Car owner. Yeah, good to have you with us tonight, Rusty. Thank you for being willing to. About you. Yeah. We appreciate you and all the racers and your willingness to move this week's show to Friday night. So, Josh, you haven't missed Proffitt. We're actually waiting on Proffitt. Proffitt is working. So he said 7:45 to 8. Yeah, he's saving lives. So we're just chatting about racing and things for us until we're joined by him. So we might have to bump him back to segment 3 because we're here at 7:50 and he's not joined yet, Allie.
Yeah. Well, I just want to throw this out there. You've been wanting to to name one episode in 19 episodes, The Doctor or some form of doctor this whole time, and you finally got to do it.
That's right. And it's just simple.
Congratulations.
The Doctor. I mean, I didn't even get to do any crazy naming, I'd let my nerd show. So it's just The Doctor. So,
we get to title one more episode, The Berg. I thought The Berg was a good one.
Yeah, I thought that one was good. Are we going to do The Berg
We could do The Berg Squared.
The Berg squared. I was going to say the Berg part 2. I don't know if it'll let me make
Part
a
2
squared.
sounds better.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll let me make a squared symbol, so we might have to go with part 2 because I don't know that I can do that little squared symbol.
Well,
So
while we're waiting on our special guest for tonight, let's go ahead and talk about Mountain Motorsports Park this weekend for the 3rd Annual Bluegrass Burner.
yeah, Allie, I can't say enough about our drivers and our teams. Rusty, I would say they'd probably let you in whatever time you want to get there. They're usually pretty willing and work with us and our teams. So I'll try to confirm that time. Actually, we'll confirm that time together when Josh is on here tonight. So for in a little while, but our drivers, our teams, our series officials, we're going to kind of be working with a skeleton crew this weekend. But we do have Ronnie coming to tech, and then we've got enough of our crew coming to make sure the show goes on as planned. Allie,
I hope so.
We are going to have to borrow the track's announcer and maybe a few other spots, but we will make the show go on as planned and as smoothly as you would expect it to. So,
yeah.
But our drivers, I mean, man, they were so good to work with. I think everybody knows and understands right now the economy, gas prices the way they are. We can't be pulling guys up 3 hours or more in order to come for a rain out. I mean, it's just not fair to the guys. It's not fair to the fans. It's not fair to us and our staff. So I'm so thankful. Last night, Josh said, hey, and this happened all about 9 o'clock, maybe even later. He said, why don't we go to Friday? So he sent me a picture of the weather, 90 degrees and sunny. The low for Friday is 70. So it is going to be gorgeous weather, going to be summertime weather. Might have to break the shorts out this weekend, Allie, but it is going to, might gonna have to, I'm finally not going to be cold. So might have to break them out this weekend, but,
pasty white legs.
That's right. So they might have been out long enough at Beckley that they're not quite as pasty. So we might be all right. So we'll see. But
hey, at least these American All-Star staff shirts are thinner than they were last year.
That's right. We're gonna feel a little lighter there. That'll be nice. I really like this year's shirts, but we're off topic. But anyways, the drivers were all so good. Like I had heard from everybody except for Hayden, who said he missed the message last night. So I just messaged Randy this morning and I said, hey, you talk to Webb. Let me know if this works. So I'd heard from pretty much everybody by this morning, and Logan Walls, I think, was the last one I was waiting on to okay it. And Logan said, I'll give you the okay. So then I said, okay, we'll do it as long as my tech man can come. And Ronnie texted me a few minutes after that, but Logan said he could tech if we need him to. So I'm sure that's what we want. We want to let one of our racers tech for us on Friday. But Ronnie's coming, so everything's good there. Appreciate Roy. He must be the shoot man there. So appreciate him willing to help us out and things too. So then I messaged Terry Poor and I said, okay, Terry, we're going to Friday. Poor Terry. Terry's always in my stories. But so I messaged Terry and I'm like, Terry, we're going to Friday. And he's like, I'm steaming. He said, I probably can't come. He said, my assistant is not going to be working. He said, I'm probably not going to be able to make it now on Friday. So here Terry. He is. There's Terry. Terry's watching. That's good. So, I talked to Terry for a while. I said, Terry, well, first I asked him, I said, Terry, what time do you get off work? He said 5. I said, well, we're not starting at 7:30. So then I'm, Googling up the map, the distance from Tar Chevrolet to Mountain Motorsports Park. And I figured out that, well, Terry can very easily get to Mountain Motorsports Park probably by a hot lap time. If I said, Terry, just take your truck, take your toter, take it to work, and let's roll out. So Terry is going to be there Friday. If all goes as planned, as long as nothing crazy happens, we'll have Terry in the house this weekend. So I was a little worried there for a few minutes, but I think I got him convinced to come, and I think we're going to have him with us.
Yay, Terry. Make sure you bring the air horn.
Don't bring the air horn. Don't bring the air horn.
I didn't hear it at Lake Cumberland.
He says I'm a good salesman.
Maybe you need to work for Terry.
Yeah, maybe I need to go work for Terry if I'm a good salesman. So,
but anyways, this segment we decided to. Hey Sherman, we just talked about you too. Well, anyways, this segment's going to be dedicated to talking about the 3rd Annual Bluegrass Burner. Yes, sounds good, Terry. But I love Mountain Motorsports Park. It's an awesome track. It definitely puts on a good show for the American All-Star Series. They have one of the most loyal fan bases I've ever seen at a track. All those fans just sit on that hill and just get into it, especially with their support classes. They're into it, man.
That's right. Josh has promised me good pizza again this year, so that's a big sell for me. That's a huge selling point for me. Good pizza at a racetrack. But, you know, we've had great races there. We've had 2 previous Bluegrass Burners, as we mentioned. Zach Seiss, who also won our last race at Mountain Motorsports Park, last touring race, won the first race in 2020, Allie.
Yeah, and that's his favorite track. We had him on earlier in the show's history, and that was his favorite track to go to. So I would assume he's going to perform well. Hopefully he'll get his qualifying slump out of his system. That's
right. And, you know, Allie, our second Bluegrass Burner was Michael Bland, who Josh told me had planned to be there with us this weekend, but I believe he had engine troubles at Charlotte.
Yeah, he did. He ran really well at first, and then I think it was his heat race that he all of a sudden just went and died.
Just like that? Is that what it sounded like?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you know, unfortunately, we won't have our previous race winner back trying to defend the win, but I'm sure that our most recent ISOM winner in Zach Seiss will be looking for glory in that number 9 car this weekend.
For sure. And then I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, Michael Bland broke the track record the last time I was there. I can't remember if that was the last time we were there or...
That was the time before last.
Yeah. He broke the track record and then ended up, Carson Ferguson broke it. But Michael Bland had the track record for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think Carson, unless things have changed, I think Carson still holds the track record.
Yeah.
I might be wrong. I could be wrong. So
we probably both could be wrong.
So yes, we could. But I think that's how it is. So Josh has responded. I've sent him the invite. He asked if he needs to get on that, speaking of the link, to join us. So hopefully we'll have Josh here with us in just a few moments. Allie, our first weekly champion also came from Mountain Motorsports Park and Raymond Nichols. Mm-hmm. He's come very close to winning touring races there with us. So that would be great.
Yeah. They use the app. You'd know who's coming.
That's right.
The app. Racetrack Connection right here. Right there.
So if you don't use it, Allie's going to make you sign up this weekend anyways. So you might as well go ahead and download it and get to using it because that's how things are going to have to be. Period. All right. Well, Allie.
Commercial time. None of this would be possible without our title sponsor, PPM Racing Products, as well as the official fuel of the American All-Star Series, Renegade Racing Fuel.
When you start with the strongest American steel, apply the smartest techniques. Let artesian quality craftsmen do the work. What you end up with is just better than anything else you can get.
Racers that win, pour it in, and we appreciate you.
Welcome back to Off the Dirt with Allie and Joe, presented by M&M Septic Services. This is a production of the American All-Star Series, and let's talk about Racetrack Connection.
Racetrack Connection, great app, drivers, fans, everybody needs to download it. Everybody needs to sign up. Everybody needs to put their schedule in. Everybody needs to use it. Racetrack Connection. Hopefully Josh will help us promote it. We're going to have Josh on here in just a few moments. I'm so excited he's here with us tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely an awesome special guest for our third annual Bluegrass Burner. But as Sherman says, if you use the app, then you know who's coming to Mountain Motorsports Park this weekend.
That's right. If you download it, put your schedule in, that'll let drivers know who's coming this weekend. And, I mean, we got to help them. So, I was trying to answer. Josh had a question. So he says he's got things working ready to roll. But if you download Racetrack Connection, you use Racetrack Connection, you're going to get more sponsors. You're going to attract more people to you because they're going to know where you're going, what you're doing, when you're doing it, and it'll all be right there on Racetrack Connection for people to see and follow.
Yeah, and it's one of my favorite things is if you put in where you're from. So I put in I'm from Kingsport, Tennessee, and it literally pulls up all the racetracks that's near me. Asphalt, dirt, spot car racing, anything. It's on Racetrack Connection. So I have a Racetrack Connection driver profile because I'm a slot car driver.
That's right. That's right.
So,
what we got from Logan here?
Get on Brian about barbecue.
Ah, shucks, Logan. You got to bring him anyways. Make it happen.
Barbecue.
It is. That's exactly what it is, Chris. That's exactly what it is.
It's Facebook for racing.
So Josh is now in the chat down there twice. I wonder which one do we bring him in on.
I don't know.
So
let's bring him in.
Chris is downloading it now. That's great. Oh, there's Josh. Let's try that one that has a picture of him up. What do you say we try to bring him in there?
Well, let's welcome in Josh Proffitt from Mountain Motorsports Park.
Hey, guys.
Hey,
Appreciate
Josh.
you having me on.
We're glad to have you. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you tonight. And we're excited to have you on here with us tonight. So I was talking about your pizza earlier, and Sherman says he is ready for the racetrack pizza. You know, I can't talk about ISOM without talking about your pizza, Josh.
Yeah. So we switched it up all 3 years. So we won't quit till we get it right. But I think we're gonna have some good pizza for you guys. Have some left over at the end of the night for you to take home with as well.
That sounds great to me. I need that for that trip home on Friday night back to Beckley. So Chris says you're starting to look a lot like Roy. Is that a comical thing there with you all in Eastern Kentucky?
Apparently, who is this now? Who said this?
Chris Cottle.
Okay, yeah. It reminded me to never hire him. So.
Hey, Chris, we made good friends with Chris at Lake Cumberland earlier this year. I ain't got nothing bad to say about him, Josh. But Josh, we're so glad to have you on with us tonight. Excited for our race this weekend, and just look forward to chatting with you a little bit about things that you have going on at ISOM this year.
Yes, sir. Thank you again for having me on. Want to always thank American All-Star Series for supporting Mountain Motor like they do, and we started this together and couldn't be here without each other. I feel like.
Yeah,
I agree.
I'm
sorry. I was just gonna say I agree 100%. We got together during COVID. It was our second year. It was your first year, and I feel like we helped pull each other through what was a hard time and made it into a really good time.
That's exactly right. Yep. Do you have something to say, Allie?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, since we're talking about that, you've been racing with the American All-Star since you've had Mountain Motorsports Park. So what do you like about the series?
I just like the consistency. I can always count on Joe to bring in one of the best field of pro late models in Eastern U.S., and it's always consistent. I mean, it never fails. We have 20 to 25, 30 cars. Like I said, the best. If you go to any track at any given night, you're going to see these guys racing and seeing them win. That's the most important thing. And they're top runners, and it's good when we can have them all at Mountain Motorsports Park.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Josh, because the next thing I want to talk to you about is we have a great field of touring drivers this year. Some new guys that have never followed the tour full season. Hayden Cardwell's there. Jason Welshin is coming to Isom. I'm pretty sure it's the first time he's ever been. I don't think he's ever come to run Super with you. He's never been to one of our events with you. Logan Walls is coming. He's from a little further west in Kentucky. William Blankenship is making his first trip from McMinnville, Tennessee. They were really happy we moved to Friday night because they got a graduation party. William's graduating next Friday, so they got a party on Sunday for him. But, a great field of touring guys. Jordan Hedger, don't want to leave him out. Returning touring guys like the Sices, Terry Poor. But you've got a great field of locals too. So what's your prediction? Who's going to be the man to beat? Who are maybe 2 or 3 drivers that are good to watch this weekend at MMP?
Joe, I've got a great relationship with all these drivers now. A lot of that thanks to you. So I just don't want to name someone. I mean, you can't really count Zach Sice out. I mean, how many has he won now coming up here? He's going to be tough. But some other guys that have never been here. I mean, they're strong. So it's going to be a good show for sure. And our local guys, you can never count them out. And we appreciate their support every week. And one good thing about this, I think that kind of evens it out a little. A lot of the guys that tour with you, they're used to the red clay and some of the different surfaces, and bringing them in on a sandy material like we have, I think it's an advantage to our locals. And you don't know what's going to happen when you shake that up.
Yeah, I love the material that you guys have at MMP. It's so different. Wartburg has kind of that sandier dirt, and we got rained out at Wartburg, so the guys didn't even really get their test run in on the sandy dirt yet this year. So, that's a really good thing to mention, because I think in years past we went to Wartburg first, which kind of gave those guys a night on the sandy dirt, because they don't run crates weekly. Wartburg, it's mainly the time we go there is about the only time they run crates every year. So that's a really good point you bring up, and that might. I think it does even everybody out. So John Holiday says Raymond Nichols, Corey Brock, Donnie Lewis, Rocky Moore, Lenny Bates are all guys to watch this weekend.
Yeah, most definitely. Those guys will be there ready to rare.
For sure. And, it's every time I've been to Mountain Motor, I've always seen you and your wife around. So I know it's a family organization. So tell me about how the whole family makes this whole track owning work.
It couldn't be done without family and friends. I touch on all of our support and our staff, because we wouldn't be here without them. And what they do through the week is even more important. But like you said, I mean, I can't leave out my family. This is something that my dad and I have always been into, and helping with tracks and running tracks, and I feel like the wives get left out because they make the biggest sacrifice. They're the ones there. It might not even be something they want to do, but they're there at the gates, helping us in the tower, helping us wherever we need them to help us through the week, running here, running there, and that's just something you look at the end of the day, and you just where would you replace them? How would you replace them? So big thanks to them, and we want to keep it family oriented. I mean, at every dirt track you're going to have the fights and things like that, but we try to do our best with security and things to keep it family oriented. We want every family in Letcher County, Prairie County, all surrounding counties, Knott County, Leslie County, all the counties around. We want everyone to come out to Mountain Motor, have a good time. Especially when we can have these big shows and bring people from other states and other areas. We want them to see that we do it right, and we try to do our best in every way we go.
Yeah, you guys have done such a good job. It's constant improvements there since you guys have taken over. Got a few guests here that have left comments. I want to share them with you. Ricky Green, I think he's scared, Josh. He's not coming this weekend, so I think he's scared of the competition at Isom or something, because he says he's not coming this weekend. So I don't know if what his deal is, but Rookie of the Year contender staying home because he's scared.
Oh God.
But also Terry Poor says, thanks Josh Proffitt for all you do. Love the River's Edge Racing. Joey Sturgill says SBL Racing is going to be there in the house. And then Chris Cottle says that Raymond Nichols is his pick to win. And the developer of Racetrack Connection, Sherman Callan, is going to be at the track this weekend with us as well. He gives out hats and things to racers every event. So pretty awesome deal he's got going there. Maybe if you're nice to him, he'll even give you one, Josh.
Heck yeah. I really appreciate it.
So I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's great. It's great having the guys that are going to be there. That's just awesome that we can continue to grow this thing. And I'm not sure what Ricky has going on. I'm sure he has something going on, but hey, I can tell him this: he's going to miss one heck of a racetrack.
That's right. He told me if we were paying $11,500 to win, he'd come. So he needs $7,500 more. But he's got a street stock race he's trying to win. So he's pretty dominant in that street stock. So I can't take that away from him. I'm giving him a hard time. But Josh, you're there at work tonight. Doctor and racetrack promoter. Tell us about how that combination. It's one that you don't hear very often. So tell us about how that combination works.
It works. I'll say that. It's not easy. I'm in my final year of residency, and it falls back to family, I think, because I can't be there a lot. So, my dad's there picking a lot of slack up. Bill Morris, you can't say enough about him. Marvin, Byron, Daniel, Roy, all those guys that come out. And I'm sorry for naming anyone because I'll forget. I know I will, but everyone that just comes out and helps us, because I can't be there. Like you said, I'm in the hospital quite often. And most of the time when you message me, I'm working, and but it's something I want to do. It's my hobby. It's what I love to do is racing, and just somehow make it work, I guess.
I totally understand as a teacher and actually somebody that's considering coming out of the field and racing full time. I totally get what you're saying about the time and things that are needed. So I know I don't work nearly the hours you work, and it still gets to be too much for me. So, somebody that's looking at going full time into racing, I totally understand where you're coming from and what you're saying.
Yes, sir, you do.
Well, so speaking of Mountain Motorsports Park, what are some other big events that you have this season other than the American All-Star Series?
Sure. So, we have coming up in early June, the Walter Combs Memorial. That's always a good super race. Southern All-Stars, they'll be coming for that. So it's always good to have Dwayne in the house, on the mic. So that'll be a fun time. We started a race actually at Lucky 7 Speedway. I'm sure some people are familiar with that's listening. The Coal Miner Classic, and we tried to have it last year, and then some things happened where we couldn't. But we're bringing that back to life this year, the Coal Miner Classic, and some good news that no one knows. And I was just gonna bring it up on your show. Jimmy Rose, that was in the American Idol and made it to the finals, and that he has the song "Co Keeps the Lights On." He'll be performing that song at the race that night. That's in July, so everyone can mark that on the calendar. That should be a good touch. And then later in the year, we have a few other big shows, super lates, but we'll mention those later. We got you guys coming back as well, so we got a fun packed year. I think we had sprints on the schedule as well, so monster trucks. Hopefully we can get these in. I mean, if it keeps raining, who knows?
Well, it looks good for Friday. I've been talking to AJ Hicks a little bit about coming down this weekend, and he was worried that if it rains this much, that maybe we're not going to get the track. But I said, AJ, it's going to be 90 on Friday, so no matter how much it rains, it should dry out. So
yeah. I mean, I told my wife earlier. I said it's we started with American All-Star Series, and I guess the dirt gods didn't want us racing until they come to town. So that's where we're at now.
That's where we're at. Josh, I do want to ask, and this is totally off topic from where we were heading, but Rusty Webb asked earlier, what time can he, Rusty, he likes to be there when the sun comes up. What time can he get in the pits on Friday?
Sure. I know he's got the huge trailer, so it's important, but he should be able to come anytime. We'll make way for him to get in. And any of the drivers that want to come in early, just let us know. We'll be around the track so we can get them in.
All right. I appreciate you helping him out there and doing what you can to get him in for sure. Josh, I look forward to this race. Look forward to September. We got you paired up with Willard. I like having two tracks really close together like that. It makes for, more cars can travel that way, especially with gas the way it is. I appreciate you working with us this weekend. You came up with the idea with gas prices at, one of the highest points they've ever been in American history. It really helps. It really helps out with that. So I really appreciate that. So Rusty says tell us about the new parking that you have.
New parking. So we switched it all around since you guys were there last. Pits is going to be now where the grandstand parking was. It was a little tight there. I'll admit that. So, we're doing our best to get cars in there and get them parked right. But it did make staging lane and hot pits so much better. It gave us the opportunity to open a concession stand there for our pits. We've added some bathrooms there. It gave us a chance. Hold on just a second. There's a truck going by. But it gave us a chance to also add some seating on the drag strip for our pits. So, it is a little tight in the pitting area. I won't lie. And we're going to try to work on that and move some cars out on the backstretch maybe this week for some of the bigger haulers. But overall, I think it's a great setup. I mean, now you're able to use a huge staging lane. Like I said, a good hot pits if you need to come off, which I know you guys will use the infield. But that's overall, I think it's a better setup. And like I said, I can't wait for everyone to see the new changes. I think it's better than it's ever been.
Yeah. So where does the series need to park? Because that's a big question for me when I roll in there on Friday.
So I think the best part for you will be all the way at the end of the drag strip now. I know you were the other end. So you were on the end of where the grandstand parking will be now. It'll be the other end is where the pit parking is.
Okay. So just roll down the drag strip and that's where we'll be. Sounds good to me. All right, Josh, I appreciate your time. Appreciate you coming in, hanging out with us. Before I let you go, I want to give you time to thank your sponsors that help you out at the track.
Yeah, I appreciate that. There's so many. Again, I hate trying to name them because I know I'll forget them. And I've been working here in the last hour or so. So I know it'll be tough for me to remember them. But I do want to point out the Joe's Chicken because they support the Pro Lake models. And if you haven't had a chance to get any of the chicken down at Joe's in Isom, then I strongly suggest you do so. I know some racers say that there's some kind of bad luck with eating chicken before the race, but I don't think there's any bad luck tied with Joe's. So if you haven't, stop in and get some chicken there before you come to the race.
That's absolutely right. So, Josh, I appreciate your time tonight. Olivia says sponsors, that would be when he calls me.
Yeah, definitely give Olivia a call for that. She's got the list.
So, and Rusty says, don't make me back up. Oh, no, because I am not a trailer driver. That's for sure.
I was going to say that, but I was going to keep myself.
So,
Rusty, you may have to just spike it down for the night, stay the night, and then leave out Saturday.
There you go, Rusty. That sounds like a good plan. So do you come down that first entrance now then and then turn right there at the drag strip, or do we
you still come in you come in the same way, but as for you, don't turn down the drag strip because there's a gate there now. So you just come all the way around. We called it the return road for the drag strip. So come all the way around that road, all the way across the back stretch into turn 2 is where the new pit gate is.
Okay. That sounds, I think I can figure that out. So,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah,
So does that gate not open at all now, or is it permanent? The one there?
The one down the drag. Yeah, but we have plenty of room there. We'll be able to get you in where you need to go.
Okay. That sounds great. Okay. All right, Josh. Well, we appreciate your time tonight. Appreciate you coming and hanging out with us for a few minutes. We got to let you get back to your day job, and we look forward to seeing you this weekend.
Can't wait. Hope to see everyone there.
Thank you, Josh. We'll see you, buddy.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you all. See you. Bye.
All right. Well, none of this would be possible without any of our sponsors of the American All-Star Series. So here's a quick list of those. Welcome back to Off the Dirt with Allie and Joe, presented by M&M Septic Services. This is a production of the American All-Star Series. We've jumbled up quite a bit on our segments this week, but we're back with the blooper segment.
Yeah, absolutely. And, for a lot of mixing things up, I think things went really well tonight, Allie. Not a whole lot of bloopers, but I thought it was a really smooth show.
Yeah, me too. Especially the commercials. That worked really well.
It did. So we got to do that.
I didn't mess up.
No, you got the right logos up. Actually, I think that helped you get the right logos up because you took everything down and put them back. So, good job.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
But make sure you guys are joining us this Friday at Mountain Motorsports Park for the 3rd Annual Bluegrass Burner. It's going to be awesome. ICE always puts on a good show for the American All-Star Series. It's a unique track. It has a unique fan base and a unique racing for the American All-Star Series, so I can't wait to see you guys there.
Yeah, hopefully I don't get mixed up in this new parking shindig we got going on here. So, hopefully the trailer's there in one piece on Friday night.
Allie's driving is good.
Be scared, Maida. Be very, very
I'm
afraid.
Fine. I'm really not that bad. I'm really not bad.
Maida, you should probably be the driver and let Allie be the passenger.
Listen,
you're going to end up in a field.
Listen, my dad has a truck, okay, that he's had since 2013. I've drove that truck more than my mom has.
Yes,
and
helmet.
my sisters.
Helmet, absolutely.
No
You're
helmet.
going to need a helmet.
You can't even drive the trailer.
Well, I can go forward. I've never had any issue with going forward. I just can't go backward.
If you want to drive with somebody, don't ride with Joe, because you're just going to listen to 80s rocks music and you're going to hear him sing the whole time.
What's wrong with that?
And he does this.
That's right. That's how I jam.
It's funny. But next week for Off the Dirt with Allie and Joe, we'll be joined with the winner of the 3rd Annual Bluegrass Burner at Mountain Motorsports Park. So it's going to be awesome this weekend.
Maida's already rode with me.
I didn't because I couldn't.
We went all the way to Florida. All the way to Florida.
I went to the banquet with Jesse Raines.
In 14 feet of ice. We went through ice and snow and wind and rain, and we still made it alive and in one piece.
Yeah, but...
Oh, and right there, look at that.
That's true.
That's right, Robert. You don't go backwards in race cars.
Unless you hit the tent, Terry Poor.
Leave Terry Poor out of this. We've given him a hard enough time about that. Leave poor old Terry out of this. Well,
join us next week at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for episode 20 with the winner of the 3rd Annual Bluegrass Burner. But Joe, if you don't have any more, I'm done.
Are you done? All right. Well, we look forward to seeing everybody this Friday night.
I didn't say anything, Terry.
She's picking on you, Terry. She's not being very nice. She's
Robert
being mean.
said race cars don't go backward, and then I said unless you're Terry Poor that hits the tent, then you have to go backward. Sorry.
Terry, if you blow the air horn at her all weekend long, I will forgive you and not think anything of it.
You said to not bring the air horn.
Well, bring the air horn.
I want the air horn.
See you Friday, Roy.
Poor's signature.
There we go. He's going to bring it. He's going to give you a hard... Every time he sees you, I hope he blows that at you. You've been mean tonight. All right. Well, it's coming.
Is that it?
It's coming.
It's coming.
Okay. All right. So,
3rd Annual Bluegrass Burner this
Friday.
May
20th. 3rd Annual Bluegrass Burner. Next weekend, Smoky Mountain on May 28th. Withful on May 29th. 3,000 to win, 5,000 to win, 3,000 to win this weekend. Going to be a great couple weeks. We'll see you at the track on Friday night.
Yep. So that's the dirt Off the Dirt with Allie and Joe. Good night, everyone.